All right, y'all. It's your boy Professor X here, back with Brothers Argon 7. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
All right, I got I got some more topics here, and we're gonna start with the upcoming episode of Dark Side of the Ring on the Ultimate Warrior, and his widow Dana Warrior isn't too happy about it. Apparently, because here's one piece of information I got right here. It says Dana Warrior said on Instagram that she was not part of what she calls the Smut and Filth Dark Side of the Ring documentary on the Ultimate Warrior that will air this Thursday night on Vice TV. And someone responded right here says, I don't know what Dana Warrior thinks is going to be in the Ultimate Warrior episode of Dark Side of the Ring, but smut and filth. What in the world? It says in 2008, a guy named Tyree attempted to shop around a memoir detailing the 10 years she was married to the Warrior up until their divorce in 1991. The book alleged that Warrior led a secret double life that filled his marriage with turmoil and doubts about his fidelity and even his sexuality. Ooh.
That's not good.
Says the pitch for the book was sent out in 2008. It says for the very first time, the wife of a professional wrestling star speaks out. Shari Tyree was married for 10 years to Jim Hellwig. Oh, this is her side of the story because basically she's the ex-wife. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, known as Ultimate Warrior, and saw him through his meteoric rise and bizarre fall from the pinnacle of WWE. Says Warrior packed the aisles and was a merchandising boom to pro wrestling fans, known as Little Warriors, screamed and cheered, and then were left baffled by his abrupt disappearance at the height of his success. Only, only Shari Tyree knows the stunning truth behind the Warrior's face paint. Hellwig was a man possessed by demons, abusing steroids to achieve his massive muscular frame, and then pain medications and anti-anxiety drugs to quell his fears, who had led a secretive double life that filled his marriage with turmoil and doubts about his, of course, okay. Yeah. He says he became says the avowed anti-homosexual avenger and anti-drug advocate battled with his own duality and became the engine of his own destruction. Says Behind the Paint chronicles Hellwig's early career as a bodybuilder. Of course, he was one half of the Blade Runners with Sting.
Which a lot of people mention.
Yep. That's that's what they don't know. Like I said, I know that. It says right here, yeah, there's a Vice TV trailer. It says, you've heard the Ultimate Warrior, now meet the man behind the face paint. Okay, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, this is a lot to unpack. Shout outs to the wife. She's on the camera. Oh, baby.
Okay.
I think anytime they do the dark side of anything, is usually never good. I think this is going to be the self destruction of the Ultimate Warrior Part Two. Let's just call it for what it is. As far as the face paint, I mean, him and Sting did have that already, and you can use something like a face paint or mask to hide away to mask away a lot of things. So this is going to be interesting. I hope they say like new stuff because I don't want to hear stuff that I heard already. So if this is something new, then I'll definitely stay tuned and watch it because I want to watch all of them like at once, like back to back to back. Because I watched, I think like a few of them, but I didn't watch all of them. But I know eventually. I don't know. I don't know how like WWE is going to take this. Like, because I know they're going to have something to say in regards to the dark side. Because anytime stuff like this gets out, WWE typically or somebody in WWE has something to say about this. I think that's the reason why they redid the documentary of the Ultimate Warrior and made it look a lot cleaner and a lot better than they did with the self destruction. So, to see the side of his what would that be, his first wife? His first
Yeah, first
wife?
wife, yeah, her name is Sherry Tyree. I didn't even know about her. I knew he was married before. So Dana Warrior is his second wife, who's of course his widow now. So I didn't know he was married before. So
Yeah.
this is new to me. So
Yeah, I mean, the dark side just sounds like a bunch of drama shit, honestly. But I mean, it's entertaining. It's entertainment at the end of the day. And I guess once her story is out, then I don't know if people will look at the Ultimate Warrior any different than they already do. It's not like he came out and pulled the Hogan. Now, if he did that, then maybe people would look at him different. But other than that, I don't see anybody looking at Warrior differently. That's just my personal opinion.
I hear that, and I agree to a certain point. Here's my thing: Dark Side of the Ring is the most realist that you can find on wrestling because it's
That's
dark
true.
period all the way through. yes, I know young people, men and women have dreams of being a wrestling superstar and to make a lot of money. But the price you got to pay, literally and physically, is with your soul, which means the pain and spiritually, the spiritual mental state it does to you. So see, and how much ass you're willing to kiss if you're a man. Now, if you're a woman, how much pussy are you willing to give up? Of course, that's also a factor. Just ask Alexa Piss. So being that as it may, now I know had to throw that in there. Like I said, because see, you got to call it for what it is. It is what it is. Oh, and first and foremost, I want to send a shout out to the chat. Brother Battle, what's up? What's up, Generation X radio conversation? Okay, now here's something else on this topic. Also, apparently here's another link right here. Some of what Dana Warrior said on A&E's biography doesn't match up with what the Ultimate Warrior said in 2003. Ooh, now right here, there was a lot of talk coming out of last night's A&E biography on the Ultimate Warrior, specifically some of the things he said after his wrestling career. The documentary painted the picture that Warrior's conservative beliefs were shaped by listening to talk radio and more specifically Rush Limbaugh. Says it was also portrayed as if an anti-gay speech he gave at a college in 2003 was just a one-off, and he realized that he made a big mistake once his wife Dana Warrior asked him what he said. What was not said during the documentary was that Warrior made controversial anti-gay statements on multiple occasions, including on his old UltimateWarrior.com blog. Said in 2003, Warrior said that his wife Dana helped him realize that he was living a conservative philosophy. And here's something from Twitter from an account called Nationally Published Troll. Okay. I wonder why WWE on A&E biography would allow Dana Warrior to claim Warrior crafted a persona based on Rush Limbaugh when Warrior repeatedly said that she helped him realize he was living a conservative philosophy and opened his eyes to conservative politics. This is from a speech at 2003 Conservative Student Conference. She'll also note that Warrior brags about how his oldest daughter was already declaring people to be filthy liberals and how proud he was of this. In the future, he would explain that he was raising his daughters to believe as he did regarding homosexuality. Says one final question in Dana's mind: did Warrior get his belief that British Bulldog chose to die and that Bobby Heenan's suffering was karma from Rush Limbaugh? And now from a guy named David Bixenspan on Twitter says, so I guess that they're not going to address how Warrior pledged that he would indoctrinate his daughters in his bigoted political beliefs and make sure that they wouldn't turn out to be lesbians. Oh boy, it says right here, Warrior with explicit goal of showing solidarity with the LGBTQ plus community is so obviously ill-conceived that it feels provocative and intentional. Warrior's legacy is obvious in public, but it's not as if Dana has nothing to answer for. Her husband's odious blogs are gone from the internet because the company that the two founded Ultimate Creations filed a copyright violation takedown notice with the Internet Archive just 2 days after the publication of a 2017 Vice Sports article about said post, according to a contemporaneous report that appears to have originated with celebrity blog. Oh no, they didn't. Warrior's DePaul speech included him saying that his kindergarten-age daughter couldn't turn out to be a lesbian because, as paraphrased, she is completely feminine in every sense of the word. Thanks in part to Dana Warrior, we'll have to take that post at its word. 2 years before the DePaul speech, in a blog post shared with Deadspin, it's no longer archived publicly, but key passages match excerpts posted on Yahoo Answers 5 years before his death. Warrior went even further in describing how his homophobia informed raising his daughters. What people should be outraged about is that with each successive disappearance of a truth, the world our kids will be growing up in becomes more of a shocking and prejudiced fraud, less and less capable of being rationally dealt with. Warrior wrote in the middle of a tract on gay marriage. That is my concern. My kids deserve that, don't they? The post devolves from there into ranting about gay sex causing the apocalypse. It says right here, as we said earlier, Dana Warrior said that she did not take part in the Dark Side of the Ring documentary that will air this Thursday, referring to it as smut and filth. Okay, after hearing all this, Zargon, what are your thoughts on that?
Personally, that is a lot to take in. I mean, I don't have an issue as far as the whole gay and lesbian thing. If you don't want your children to be that, then you don't have to, make it to where they have to be that. The first thing I would ask is, how do the kids feel about it? Like, are the kids, into that type of stuff? Like, if they was into it and then he tried to tell them, I don't want you to be like this, that's a little different. But I mean, just because you don't want to be gay or lesbian, that shouldn't automatically like put you in a conservative category. That's just kind of weird, at least to me. I mean, everybody has their beliefs. Everybody's not going to believe the same thing. So, I mean, if that's how Warrior felt, I don't see an issue with it. Now, if his kids had an issue with it, maybe that's a problem. But if they feel the same way he does, then that's on them. I can't be mad at them for that. I'm not gonna demonize Warrior for trying to put his kids on a certain path. And I know that everybody doesn't believe in that whole gay lesbian dynamic.
That's true. Now the thing is, I know even though you say you don't want your daughters to be gay, but if they grow up feeling a certain way and one of them turns out that way,
That's out of your
right.
control.
Yeah,
That's
right.
out of
That's
your
I
control.
told you
You
that. See,
can't.
so he shouldn't say that. See, and the thing is, the reason why, even though he's dead now, I'm not gonna speak ill of the dead, but when he lived his life, like I said, his first wife saying he seems to be living a double life, and everything he said to the media, 2003 and then on, is contradictory to what his character portrayed. See, this is the problem with when it comes to wrestling and wrestlers.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with
it's
that.
even though
I
he's not
agree.
Hogan, even though he didn't say what Hogan said, he did it in some way, in the same way, but different. You know what I mean? He's prejudiced against gays, obviously, even though he says these positive things, but that's not how he thinks. He obviously said it for a political angle and political gain. You know what I mean? To gain, to I guess expand his brand. People use politics to expand their brand and to further their careers. You know, it
I
doesn't mean
mean,
that it doesn't mean that's how you really think. See, obviously that's not how he really thought. So basically, see now, the guy's ex-wife and now his current wife, his widow, is not going to be a part of the documentary because I guess the documentary that show exposes too much, which basically when it exposes the real,
yeah,
it makes the character look bad. So see, people do see Warrior in a different light because you got to realize he was a human being.
that's true. That's
So
true.
even though he didn't call say the N word on a sex tape like somebody we can mention, somebody else we can mention,
Hogan.
he's basically, I guess you could say, he was a homophobe. So it is what it is. So see, what he did is no worse or different than what Hogan did. And now
So,
just
so
go
you
ahead.
think, like the fear, like, because a lot of old school guys have this like mentality, and like certain things they're like afraid of, and they really don't want to come in contact with that. So you think that was something that was passed down on to him, and then he tried to pass that on down to his daughters? Because sometimes that tends to happen.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it's possibly. The thing is, personally, I don't have a problem with gay people. You know what I mean? I know I'm not gay.
Yeah, I don't
I
give a
like,
shit if you are or not.
I like women. But thing is, on my first jobs, I worked around a lot of gay people. I had 2, 3 supervisors that were gay. Now, eventually, they quit, and I encountered some gay coworkers at my second job. But ever since then, I haven't encountered any in a long time. But the thing is, I wasn't gay, so I got along with them fine. So I mean, just don't try to just don't hit on me. That's all I got to
Exactly.
say. You know what I
That
mean?
that but honestly, that's how a lot of people feel about it though. Like even
Yeah,
myself, like that's how a lot of people feel about it. So like I don't care what you do. Do your own thing, As long as you
yeah,
ain't
right.
coming
Yeah,
over there invading my space in that type of way, then
right. Because
I'm
if
not
people
gonna
get to
take
know
it
you and they
personally.
know you're straight, they shouldn't invade your space. Now you got a few that will sometimes. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean?
well, at some point somebody's gonna try to test you. But I feel like I think what they're trying to bring up is some people, how do I say this? Like, take HIV or AIDS, for example. Like, people get so scared that they think if they touch you, they're going to get it. Same thing with the COVID thing. Like, if somebody touch you or whatever, they feel like they're going to get it. So I think that's the fear that's in them. And that way, they become very panicky. So, I mean, I guess you could call it a phobia because it is fear of something. Fear of becoming a lesbian, fear of becoming gay, or anything like that.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay. In the chat, I want to say shout out to Azura Saint. What's up, homeboy? Yeah, that's a brother I met a couple nights ago on another show. So I want to send a shout out to him. He's in the house right now. Anyway, so like I said, as far as this episode of the Dark Side of the Ring, I'm looking forward to watching Warrior, this Warrior one. This is one I'm going to
I'm
watch
gonna
very
watch it.
closely. Oh yeah,
I
this
want
is
to
one.
watch it.
This is probably one everybody's been waiting for. So I'm going to watch this very closely. And if it turns out to be, what I think it's going to be, I'm going to say now I see why Dana Ward didn't want to have nothing to do with it.
You think this will be the highest rated one? Because I know
so,
a lot of people. I know a lot of people wanted to see Owen Hart as well. So I mean,
yeah, I've seen Owen Hart one. Yeah, that was Owen Hart. I think was season 2 or season 1. I've seen Owen Hart one. That was high rated too. But this one with the Warrior, this is going to be a whole new ball game because this is going to expose a lot of things on him. A lot of his real life mentality. See, the thing is, as fans, when we watch these people on TV, we don't know them from Adam. We don't know them from nothing. All we know is we see a character, we like it, and we believe in it. We're supposed to believe in it. No, this is why we're supposed to suspend our belief. That's the whole object of their job. They can make us suspend our disbelief. But at the same time, they want you to buy their merch, put money in their pocket, buy the pay-per-view, put money in Vince's pocket, buy the digital platforms, put more money in Vince's pocket. So, see, like if you're a fan, you're supposed to spend money. No, if you're a racist, or if you're a douchebag, I ain't putting shit in your pocket. I'm gonna put money in my own pocket and do like what we do now. See, since technology is advanced, we can watch the shit for free. Ain't gotta give you a damn dime. Of course, that's what I do. So, see, I don't put.
That is true.
The only way I'll spend money. Like I said, I'm gonna find me a Hurt Business T-shirt or Bob Lashley T-shirt. I'll buy that. That's about it.
I'm still trying to find one.
I know. Yeah.
I'm still. Well, I got my Shane Taylor shirt on today though.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
I got my boy Shane Taylor, so I'm good. I got like 2 shirts of his now, so that's a big ups to me. But yeah, I don't like when people like the characters are different from their real persona, like their real life persona. And it catches on and they go far with it. It does feel like a slap in the face when you see a person one way and then you see them in real life and they're like a complete douche. Like, I think it's disappointing. I think that's one of the reasons why they say never meet your heroes, because you'll be disappointed.
True, yeah. And see, as we're kids, as I was when I first Hogan, I was a little kid. I was naive, didn't know any better, as we all are. See, this is why they market praise on kids, because kids aren't going to know any better. See, as adults a lot of times find out the hard way, because when those who are out there hanging out somewhere in 4 a.m, and the thing is, a lot of you have a lot of obsessive fans hanging out at airports at 4 a.m. See, this is where Sasha Banks came in, and see now you shouldn't. Right, yeah. See, if you got a job or if you got something to do, you wouldn't have time to be hanging out at 4 a.m. waiting for some superstar to show up, only to give you an attitude when he or she doesn't want to be bothered with you. See, right there.
Yeah. But who wants to be bothered at 4 o'clock in the morning? I don't care if you're a celebrity or not. Like, you don't even want to talk to people near you just to go in the airport. Like, I'll be in my house 4 a.m. and I don't even want to talk to my wife sometimes. So imagine a stranger right there trying to talk to me, trying to put an autograph or like a camera phone in my face. I'm not going to be in the mood for it. And to like, be mad at them because like, oh, he's rude. He didn't give me an autograph at 4 a.m. when I'm like dead tired, sleepy, or anything like that. I understand that the fans, they pay for you and stuff like that. But sometimes, just out of common courtesy, maybe say hi, hello, or whatever, keep it pushing, but don't be all up in my face. Like, there's some people that say they can't even take a piss in a bathroom without somebody like trying to get an autograph from them. Like, bro, like, can I take a piss, please? Like, that's crazy. Like, I've heard some stories. That's
that's true. Yeah, I've seen stories. Yeah, this is for all celebrities, singers, actors, whoever. Now, on the other side of the coin is you wanted to be famous, so it comes to the territory. But at the same time, I'm saying if you think a fan is being rude or invade your space, try and be nice about it. Don't be don't be right nice about it, because because you're not crazy people out here. Somebody can have a gun on them. So I'm not saying you should shoot them, or the fans should shoot them if they're rude. But Sasha Banks. But I've heard Sasha Banks is known to be mean anyway a lot of times. I mean,
I don't care for Sasha Banks. So
yeah, because now you notice they're nice at organized autograph signings. You know what I mean? Especially when cameras are around, you know what I mean? When it's going to be posted, posted online or it's on TV, and basically they've been paid, so they've been paid to smile and sign autographs. So it isn't like they're doing it for free on time. That's the other key. But like I said, like whether it's Warrior or Hogan's, like I said, I was a little kid. I was naive. I had no idea Hogan was, who he was once that sex tape came out. And the thing is,
but
yeah, go ahead.
but even before that, I hated Hogan.
I know,
I
yeah.
I
I love
like
Hogan. I was a Hulkamaniac. I'm sorry, I was a Hulkamaniac at one time when I was little.
like the and it wasn't like anything really against him. I just felt that he was too cheesy for me. And kind of how I grew up, I didn't really like that didn't appeal to me. So when I saw Undertaker for the first time, he was like a dark character. It appealed to me. I was one of those weird kids that like wasn't scared to see the Undertaker. Like it intrigued me. I think it was because how I grew up, living a hard life and stuff like that. So Undertaker appealed to me because I was like, if I was that guy, nobody would bother me, nobody would fuck with me or anything like that. So when I seen that, that's why I said if Undertaker was to come out with like a tape like Hogan, I'd be really disappointed. Like I'd be like super mad. Like I'd be like, what the fuck, man? But I just lost my train of thought. Forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about it. No, see, and like I said, deep in the chat, shout out to Juggalo Gamers. What's up, homie? No, I'm just saying, I was a little kid. When Hogan was out, I ate it up. And the thing is, I had no Hogan merch.
All my friends liked Hogan too.
I bought no Hogan merch. I just loved the whole character, the hulking up, and when he beat the bad guys. Like I said, I was sucked in.
But WrestleMania 9 still pisses me off till this day. That's like I didn't like him. Like it was like one of those like, oh, Hogan's there. All right, great. But when WrestleMania 9 happened, that's when my hatred for Hogan began. I was like, I cannot stand this dude.
Okay, yeah.
This is when he came back and he beat Yokozuna for the title in like 2 minutes. This was after Hogan. This is after when Yoko had beat Bret Hart, and Bret Hart is my second all-time favorite. So I was feeling some type of way, but I didn't even know at the time that there was tension between Hogan and Bret Hart. I didn't even know about that, but I was just like, man, my boy Bret Hart just lost the title. I'm mad about that. He lost to Yokozuna, so I was mad about that. And then Hogan comes out and wins the title. I was like, man, this is bullshit. I remember I got in trouble as a kid because I literally said that. I can't remember how old I was. I was like, man, this is bullshit. And I thought I was like slick, like trying to say it under my breath. My mom caught me. That's really why I'm mad at Hogan, because I got smacked for it because I said it out.
You got smacked for it? Wow. Okay, come on.
Because my mother heard, like she was like in front of me, and I didn't realize I was trying, man, this is bullshit. And she heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't when you're little, you can't curse in front of your parents.
I know.
Your parents you're gonna smack on the hand or smack somewhere else. But anyway,
because you know how you say something like under your breath, but you don't realize you're saying it louder than you wanted to be heard. So it was I was like, man, just because I got smacked, now I hate Hogan. So it was one of those things.
Well, I hate him because I said I couldn't see as a little kid what he really was. But like I said, looking back now, I'm not shocked because, like I said, these people are human, and obviously there's a lot of racism. There's a lot of racism in wrestling. So, and I'll say this to Terrible A again. You're not sorry you said it. You're sorry you got caught. So that's all I'm gonna.
I thought you was gonna say something else. I
don't call him the Hulkster no more. I just say Crackamania is running wild. And that's what he is. It's like somebody else who. It's like somebody else who said on the video that shirt that they made for Joe Miles wasn't a racist shirt. It was a racist shirt. And I'm talking to someone who thinks he rules, or cracker who thinks he rules.
Oh my God!
And and he knows who he is. But being that is made. But like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing the Warrior this on Dark Side of the Ring. So I will be watching.
I really want to see if his kids would be in it though, like that. Like that would add a lot of layers to it, man. Because you could see it. Not only could you see it from the ex-wife perspective, but you could see it from the kids' perspective as well.
Well, you never know, man. Maybe the kids got permission to do it. They just Dana Warrior is just behind the camera or not there. But maybe the daughters will be there. Who knows?
But did he have all his kids with Dana or the other lady?
I don't know. He might have had one with Sherry, and he might have had one with Dana. I don't know. So, or he might have had them both with his first wife. who knows? Like I said, I was a Warrior fan, but I didn't try to get that personal into his life. At the time, I just saw the paint and the music, and I saw the wild running and the
running
fight.
around the ring like crazy.
I didn't care about anything else.
That's true.
Oh boy! Now here we have another topic. Keith Lee has been missing. Right here it says news on his whereabouts. Says for those of you wondering about Keith Lee, his status remains the same. Says there's a lot of concern about his well-being from fans since he hasn't been seen on WWTV since February, of course, of this year. Lee has indicated on social media that he will explain things to fans soon on why he hasn't been appearing on Raw as of late. Okay.
You don't need to appear on Raw.
Yeah. Now, it says WWE is not commenting on the situation. Now it says he released a tweet now last Monday to the people offering uplifting words. Know that I appreciate you greatly, and we're not. When I say hashtag I am limitless, I mean it. I will try to find a way to explain everything in the most efficient way possible. Give me just a little more time.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want time off, take time off. Don't sit there and burn yourself out for WWE and they fuck you over in the long run. Take your time.
Now, his fiance responded apparently with a little rudeness because I guess, people are asking too much. It says right here, there is some uncertainty regarding Keith Lee after he has been on hiatus from WWE for months. It was reported that Lee was sidelined for health reasons in February. Lee versus Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle for the United States Championship was booked for the Elimination Chamber, but due to Lee being sidelined, WWE had John Morrison replace him on the contest. Over the weekend, Lee noted in a response to one fan that only time will tell what's next for him. There had been a false rumor going around on Sunday about how Lee had been released from WWE, but that was debunked by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com, of course. Says, can officials just say what's going on and stop pretending he doesn't exist? Fans actually care. They care about the human being. And then Sean says, I reported numerous times he isn't cleared. Now, Mia Yim, who's engaged to Lee, responded to comments from fans on social media, noting that the reason behind Lee's absence from WWE television is no one's business. Right here, it's no one's business. Please be patient and let it be. Speculate doesn't make fans entitled to our medical and personal issue, personal business. Okay, now I understand where she's coming from, but if I was her, I wouldn't say things. I wouldn't say it. I would say it in that attitude because she's not making no noise herself, and she still has yet to debut on SmackDown or Raw. So Mia Yim, I'd keep your mouth shut. So because like all the firings happening, you can be on the list too. And I think her career is pretty much in the toilet now too, because that Retribution character didn't help you much, and they broke up kind of fast after maybe 2-3 months or 4 months of that shit. And then when she debuted on Raw, she lost to Dana Brooke, of all people. So Mia Yim, I wouldn't talk like that. So Zargon, give us your thoughts on that one.
She really lost to Dana Brooke?
Yeah, you didn't see it. It was on Raw. Yeah, it was under the Retribution character of I forgot the character's name now, but she had on a mask. But
I know fans were pissed if they see. I know fans had to be pissed seeing that.
Yeah.
I think the reason why she got upset, got an attitude is because people trying to fish for information. So when you're trying to fish for information, you will throw out the wrong information to try to make maybe Mia or Keith Lee himself say, "Oh, this is the reason why I'm out." But I don't think honestly either one of them need to give an explanation as to why they're out. I mean, it's your business. Like, say, I'll see you when I see you, and just leave it at that. Like, Keith Lee will be in the ring, when he'll be. I understand that, he does have fans and people miss him and things like that, but it's still a person's personal life. So you got to let them, do what they do. Also, you think, this is just me speculating, you think some of it has to do with his weight as well? Because you know how Vince is, he's like,
his weight. I mean, he got muscle. I mean, his muscle was kind of flabby looking, yeah. But I'm saying his weight was fine to me. I mean, he had a good build. I mean, I don't see why he should lose weight. I mean, I know his Braun Strowman got pretty ripped when he came back, but he's still big. But Keith Lee really shouldn't have to lose the weight. I mean, his build, he had a good look for his build. He looked intimidating. The ring gear is kind of questionable, because I like the shorts with the stuff hanging, so you can change that.
I don't mind the shorts. It's just that little vesting, whatever the fuck that is. They should have never put that on him. That's just as bad as them putting it on Otis, because I think Otis is wearing wearing his singlet now. He looks like freaking oh my god, what is that lady's name? I can't believe I'm saying this. She's on Impact right now. She's one half of the tag team champions. I cannot remember her name for the life of me, and I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
She looked
I probably could watch the show and find out who it is, but I don't know.
she looks like him with that singlet, and it looks embarrassing.
Yeah.
Let me get mama. Oh,
I haven't watched Impact in a minute. I mean, I watched the highlights of it. I'll read the highlights. I never watched the show because for some reason Impact isn't the same like it used to be when it was TNA. You know what I mean? It's not exciting. You know, could be without the fans, or it could be just the whole product is just gotten boring. You know what I mean? And they're supposed to be better than WWE as well. AEW is
allegedly they're supposed to be better. Allegedly,
I mean, to me, AEW is the best out of all of them because to me, they're the most exciting right now to me. Anyway, you know. But as far as Mayim and Keith Lee, I mean, I think Keith Lee will be back whenever they're ready. But also, if he keeps putting off information and all that stuff, if he keeps putting out putting out information where he's not going to answer, there might be something going on that we don't know about. Maybe they might be getting ready to release him, or maybe they just had nothing for him. Maybe he's going to sit at home. I mean, who knows? That's how a lot of things have. A lot of times you have a wrestler. This is what happens a lot of times with NXT wrestlers when they come up to the roster. They have a little something at first, then maybe a health issue. A health issue could really turn into another issue. There could be other issues. So I'm not fishing for information. I haven't asked on Twitter. If he's out, he's out. If he's gone, he's gone. So I mean, this is WWE. And the thing is, Keith Lee is a good wrestler. He's entertaining. I mean, both him and Mayim could be something if they let him. But see,
WWE is not going to do that. WWE is going to try everything possible to try to break them up. Same thing they did with Rusev and Lana. I think they will try to go that route. Try to have Keith Lee in this love story angle with probably Dana Brooke or some other nonsense, because you know how WWE is. My daughter's active right now.
I see. Yeah, I want to say shout out to Brother Zargon's little queen, and of course his wife, who's a queen. Oh, and in the chat, want to welcome and shout out Micah Hill, Sherman Scott. What's up, buddy?
Jordan Grace. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Jordan Grace. Yeah, Jordan Grace is nice looking, and she got married too. Yeah, that's the one. Jordan Grace. Yeah, Joe. Okay, thanks in the chat, Jordan Grace. Yeah, that's the one. But anyway, as far as Keith Lee goes, like I said, we wish him the best. Well, hopefully we'll see him back. But right now it looks like another WWE pattern of what might eventually lead to his release if he gets released. If they're not using him and he's got a tweet where this stuff where he's got to sugarcoat it, where so we don't know what's going on. So you know what I mean. I mean, it's not that I don't care. Just I can't worry about it, and fans shouldn't worry about it either. You know what I mean? If you don't see him, you don't see him. You know what I mean? Life goes on. Maybe he'll make an appearance July 16th when SmackDown is back in Houston, Texas with live fans. Oh, I got another topic I want to discuss from there. Did you notice? And this is what I saw on the thing. I'm gonna find it now. WWE is making fans sign a waiver release. If you're gonna attend a WWE event, you have to sign a waiver release to attend. I'm like, yeah, here it is.
How are they going to get people to sign it, though?
No, it says right here. I just found a link right here. It says WWE posts liability waiver and release for fans attending upcoming live events. Right here it says, in consideration for being permitted to attend WWE live events, which will include, without limitation, me voluntarily attending the event itself and other activities relating to or arising from the event and engagements in around the venue and other valuable consideration, the receipt and adequacy of which is acknowledged by purchasing or possessing a ticket to the event and presentation of the ticket at the event for access. I irrevocably accept an agreement to be bound by these terms and the conditions and voluntarily enter into this liability waiver. And release, assumption of risk and indemnity agreement. This release, individually and on behalf of all persons attending with me under the tickets purchased hereby, all references to me or I hereunder will be interpreted to mean me and all persons attending with me via this ticket purchase. I voluntarily agreed to attend the event. I understand and expressly acknowledge that attendance is potentially dangerous due to, among other things, risk of spreading or acquiring COVID-19 or similar infectious disease, and other unanticipated and unexpected dangers may arise from my attendance at the event. I hereby assume all risk of loss, damage, and or injury, including death, to my person and or property associated with my attendance at the event, including whether caused by the negligent acts or omissions of the venue and World Wrestling Entertainment, Inc., and each of its parent, subsidiary, and affiliate companies, and each of its officers, directors, shareholders, employees, independent contractors, agents, or representatives, collectively the released parties. And it goes on there, you know, senior citizens, guests on the line. Hey, look, here's the thing. You're having you want to have the WWE back with live fans, but you want us to sign a waiver at the door
because they don't want to get sued. Let's just look at it from that. So
right, yeah, that's the thing.
What better way to get away with it than saying, okay, you signed a contract saying, you know, you allowed us to do this and that. So if you catch COVID, that's not on us. I think that's the only reason why they're doing that.
And that's
Vince trying to cover his ass.
Right, that's bullshit because it is on him. Here's the thing, Vince. Don't do live fans just yet. And here's another point I made. This vaccine is not bulletproof. I mean, come on, man. If you know it's still risky, don't have live events. Don't go back on tour. That's BS. But you know what? Has control events? Yeah.
I was about to say, you already know what it is.
So fans are going to actually pay to attend knowing the risk of getting sick. No, it's not worth it.
Of course.
Watching some fake bullshit is not worth it. Okay, it's Zargon. Let us have it.
But to some fans, it's going to be worth it to them because they felt like they haven't been a part of the WWE universe in a long time. So they're going to be anxious to go to these shows. I mean, look at NXT. NXT had some of the people in there, even though they had the gates and all that extra stuff. Still, like some fans are just possessive like that. And WWE has their minds, whether you want to believe it or not. But WWE has them like so mind controlled into the product that they'll try to get in, you know, no matter what. They'll sign a waiver on anything. I'm just interested to see how they'll do it. Like once you come into these arenas, are they going to have the ticket holders? Are they going to be holding like a clipboard or something like that and having people sign their names? Because I'm just interested to see how they're doing this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Or maybe they'll do it virtually. All the fans who buy a ticket will have to go online and site and sign a waiver by just type it a few keystrokes, type of name, and boom, waiver signed.
That's true.
I mean, you've already had the last WrestleMania with live fans in Florida for the first time. So, and then, like I said, in that crowd, you had people with masks and half people with no mask. And even if you had masks, them people were on top of each other. So I don't, now I haven't heard any cases come out of that. So, but even though it's not, you
haven't heard any cases. You haven't heard any cases yet.
Yeah. So,
So
it hasn't been broadcasted doesn't mean nobody's gotten sick. So maybe there's cases maybe that just haven't been broadcasted yet, or they decided not to keep it quiet. But like I said, Vince, I'm not going to say it to him. You have no soul.
But that's a little genius on Vince McMahon's end, because the reason why I say that is because first and foremost, of course, he's covering his ass, but secondly, he already knows that talent already got caught with the COVID. There's been plenty of talent on the roster who's caught COVID.
Yeah, out of the performance center.
So if Vince knows that if Vince knows that his wrestlers are catching it from the performance center, and that's a small little area, what's going to happen when they go to these big venues and they got a bunch of fans in there, different people from all over? He already knows that shit's going to spread like wildfire. So he's trying to be like, okay, let me think ahead. Let me get these people to sign a waiver. So when they do catch it, I won't be liable for it. I won't be responsible for it. I could easily say, I could go the corporate route and say, they signed a waiver saying that they were okay with everything here. So Vince knows what he's doing. He's a businessman at the end of the day, so he knows what he's doing.
You goddamn got that right. That's the problem. That's the problem with Vince.
He
Yeah,
know what he doing.
But still, that's evil in itself. You know, covering himself, getting fans sign his so-called fans that he's supposed to appreciate, who support him, to sign a waiver. Yeah, you can come to the show, but you got to sign a waiver. So if you get sick, it's not on me. No,
but that's so dumb though. Like
really?
if you're feeling that way, like to the point that you got to get thousands of people possibly to sign a waiver, why even go to the live events to begin with?
Right, yeah, and I hope in Houston, Texas, I hope almost nobody shows up. And see, you notice where he's going first. Houston, Texas, the one state that's lifted all restrictions from everything.
Of course.
I mean, Texas is just wild. It's just wilding out. I mean, I wouldn't even go to Texas now to visit Texas now. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, folks, to all fans out there, the vaccine is not bulletproof. So even if you're fully vaccinated, don't think you're bulletproof. So, but hey, you know, go ahead and press your luck. Try your luck. But
people gonna do it. But you know, we already know what Vince is following. He's following the money. We already know that all of this is about money. There's nothing more, nothing less about it. That's all Vince cares about is the money.
Right. And go ahead. Sorry.
Even if you have fans die in that event, the show's still going to go on. The show's not going to get canceled. The show's not going to stop. They already had a wrestler, rest in peace to Owen Hart, literally die on the air, and they still kept the show going. So if a wrestler beloved as Owen Hart died in the show, and they kept it going on, if fans start dying in the arena, they're not going to care about that. They're just going to maybe call an ambulance, put them on a stretcher, and wheel their ass out of there. Like, that's not my problem. I don't care. You know, I already got my money. They already paid for a ticket. So, I mean, I guess. Damn, I wonder how much of I wonder how many souls Vince McMahon sacrificed to get this shit lifted, though. To have live events with a bunch of audiences, like a bunch of audience members in there. I wonder how much did he had to give up for that? Meaning his soul internally, like stuff like that, not regular stuff.
Well, he sold his soul a long time ago. That's what Triple H said on the camera one time on a YouTube video. He literally sold his soul to the devil. So when Vince McMahon goes, he ain't going to heaven. So he sold his soul. His soul is done. That's a wrap. When he dies, it's a wrap.
Man, that man got so many things on his soul.
He got so much blood on his soul. We're talking Owen Hart, Brian Pillman, Eddie Guerrero, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
List goes on and on.
It ain't funny how much blood. I mean, if you look at Vince McMahon in a spiritual sense, he's literally covered in red. So that's on my. But hey, it's like I said. See, this is why we have Dark Side of the Ring. See, this is literally the dark side. You know what? You should have a show called. You should have a show called Dark Side of WWE.
It's coming. You know it's coming, and they're gonna have former talent, and there's gonna be some talent that got grudges against WWE that really can't stand everything about WWE. So I could see them really having a gripe with them. I mean, think of the concussion lawsuit that happened. Think about that. So if you got those disgruntled those disgruntled wrestlers with the whole concussion, you know that Dark Side's gonna have a field day. They might have to do a 4 or 5 part series on that though.
That's true. My whole thing is, I mean, God help Vince when he passes away. So, but hey, it is what it is. If he doesn't care and the people don't care, then those who show up, they deserve to catch COVID. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's
savage.
No, but it's real. But that's real. You be real with it. You know what I mean? You can put out a message and tell them tell them don't go, don't give me money, don't show up. But they're going to do it because everybody wants so desperately to go back to this so-called normal life, and that's not a normal life. It never was. All it was something, some bullshit entertainment to suspend your disbelief. I mean, I love wrestling as a fan, yes, and it was entertaining to watch, yes. But growing up and knowing what we've learned now, knowing it's not real, and knowing it's and then see, and Vince is Vince's fault for that because Vince killed kayfabe. I mean, look at his vision ever since he's taken it. You got wrestlers on. You had John Cena hosting the Today Show on umpteen times. Even at WrestleMania, you had Seth Rollins on there. Even The Rock, when The Rock became famous, he actually said it on camera. Wrestling is one take. So right there, one take. Unlike the movies, it's one take. So you killed kayfabe right there. And then, like I said, the social media, the phones. You had Nia Jax filming a bunch of backstage dancing to the Tight Pants song. Dance, heels and faces dancing around. I got. You remember? I got my tight pants. I got my tight pants on. It was her, Alexa Bliss, The Miz, Titus O'Neil dancing around. It was stupid, and you wonder why kayfabe is dead. If I ran a wrestling promotion, first thing you do is tell wrestlers is turn your goddamn phones off. Don't even turn them on back here. Because see, the fans aren't supposed to see that. Now some people say, oh, it's fun. It's just fun to watch, and they're having fun. Wrestling fans and it's Nia Jax. Remember do you remember when Nia Jax came out? She was a monster. She was supposed to be billed as a monster, intimidating. You can't invest in her now as a monster no more. You see her dancing around, doing this, doing the dance, and doing the.
But look at Braun Strowman. Look at Braun Strowman. He's just as bad. We got this dude walking around in.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, WrestleMania a few years ago, him and the little kid winning the tag team belt. The little kid.
No. I understand the tag team belts, but this dude was. I wish I never deleted that video.
Okay.
It was Strowman and a bunch of people. They was dressed up like Jasmine from Aladdin, and they was dressed up like princesses.
Oh, you talking about when we was part of that? The guy. It's party time all the time.
No, not Adam Rose. Like this was a backstage thing. Like they was taking photos and videos of it, and I'm like.
No, but Braun Strowman was part of the party line too. Remember?
He was.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Braun Strowman when he was in WrestleMania. Remember WrestleMania years ago when he had the little kid team up with him? The little kid was the little kid.
Yeah,
so he went from being a monster man to being HR Puffin stuff. That's what I call him. Remember HR Puffin stuff. Who's your friend when things get rough? HR Puffin stuff. Can't get a little and can't get enough. Yeah, that's what he became. So see that to me, that kind of ruined him. I mean, yeah, you try to resurrect him, and then of course we can't say enough about the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. What happened to him? He got paired with John Cena, and his career went. So in the Fiend isn't any better. So yeah, he became Mr. Rogers of the wrestling world, and then from there, like I said, we got Alexa Bliss's Playground. So.
He became a dark character and got his character taken over by somebody else. Like
somebody who can't wrestle. So I mean, see, to me, this is what's happening to these guys. They come to the main roster, they have a good idea, but it becomes a joke as it progresses, depending on how it's booked. It becomes a joke.
But honestly, everybody who's come up to the main roster, like who has really survived the stupidity? Like not one person. No, nobody. Like even though he never went to NXT technically, he still got involved in the stupid stuff. And I'm talking about AJ Styles. Like, even he couldn't escape the stupidity of the whole trying to be comedy stuff. Like even he couldn't avoid it. So
and then look at his tag team partner with his tag team championship. The big tall black dude is doing all the work, and he's basically hardly having to do anything. He didn't even help win those belts.
I mean, if you're trying to build him up, you got to let him dominate and just let AJ pick up the victory and make him seem like
Yeah, but it's making AJ. It's making AJ look like he's his success is coming off him instead of his own talent.
But I'd rather like when Big O. I'm gonna call him Big O because I don't know his name, but and I don't want to say Osmosis from the Osmosis Jones movie. I don't want to mess that up and make that comparison. So I'm gonna say Big O. Don't sue me, NBA for saying that. But yeah, like if they had him pinning these superstars, like when he was facing New Day and he was destroying them, I would have had him pin the New Day like together, like had them both stacked together, because that would have made him look monstrous instead of having them, have him do all the work and then AJ Styles just picks up the pin. Like I think they should have been building him up, but we don't know how experienced he is per se. Like we don't want to have a situation where we have another Khali, for example. We don't need another Khali, please, for the love of God. I love Khali's theme songs that he had, especially from Punjabi MC, but that guy could not wrestle for life. Even if somebody gave him talent, he still couldn't wrestle. But if I understand that WWE tried to disguise his limitness, and I think that's the same thing they're doing with Big O. But I would make Big O be a lot more monstrous and have him pick up the pins, like have him pinning everybody instead of AJ Styles doing it. That's just my personal opinion. Because I hate to go this route, but I have to go. I have to go the racial route. I'm sorry,
Go
but it's
ahead,
like
go ahead, brother. Go
it's
ahead,
like
brother.
it's like having a black guy do all the work and then the white guy just come in and takes all the credit.
That's what I was saying in the first place. That was my point about him and AJ Styles.
That's the only way I can go with it. Like,
and see, this is why I called WWE a racist company. And see, my enemies / crackers who watch me and who's seen, and when I say this, WWE is being racist again because the whole angle makes it look like slave and slave master. And
that is true.
And that's what it is.
Right?
I mean,
the big old black guy taking instructions from a white guy.
Yeah, see,
that does look bad.
He's not picking cotton, but he is doing all the work, and
it's not like how they had
while he reaps the benefits.
What's his name? Virgil and Ted DiBiase.
Oh yeah,
that was bad too.
That was a perfect example. Yeah,
but you know, Ted DiBiase and Virgil, like it wasn't like Virgil was like a massively bigger than Ted DiBiase. They were kind of the same size per se, but in this situation, yeah, Big O is a lot bigger than AJ Styles, and I would definitely like to see him get some more wins, and you know, him picking up the victory on his own.
Yeah, so see that was my whole point with AJ Styles and Big O in the first place. See, that's what I was getting at. That's what I was hitting at. See, I saw it coming. I saw it coming from Jump Street. The mini team I saw it coming from Jump Street.
Well, you seen it? What? Well, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna say you seen it before me. The only reason, the only reason I called on is because I saw that New Day. I didn't like see it, but I saw the whole thing when they were facing New Day and how he was beating up Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and you could see Kofi and Xavier Woods really trying to put him over. Like they were really going out of their way to try to put him over. And then AJ takes all the credit.
It's like this.
It was killing me. It was making me mad. I'm like, man, this is bullshit.
Yeah, well, at least you had two brothers helping the brother. So on the flip side, you know, that was my point all along. Oh yeah, also, okay, another topic we can talk about, and this is a current. WWE has fired some more people today, but not talent. This is on the production digital side.
Okay.
It says right here the firings appear to be on the corporate side, but as first reported, there's talk of people in NXT UK being let go soon. It says the report is the people on the digital side were hit hard, and Jailer Dolan, WWE's EVP of their advanced media group, was among those that was let go. He had worked there for 8 years. Now with WWE,
that's what I was about to say. I recognize that name.
Yeah,
I've heard of that name before.
Yeah, now with WWE content moving over to Peacock, there is obvious concern about some of the people who were working on the WWE network. The network still exists outside of the United States, so some people would need to be kept on board. Noted also that there were a lot of other people let go today, including some names that came as a shock to some because of how important they were to the company. There is a belief that some company divisions may be going away. And also, one link is there's a departments that is being merged, you know, to cut down on, you know, they were merged. So that's why also when you merge departments, there's not a lot of need. There's not a lot of need for a lot of manpower in the long run. So that's why, you know, see, that's why you have those cuts. So and some people are shocked and kind of sad to see their friends go because they've been there for a long time and they didn't get any credit for what they contributed over the years to WWE. This is for the network and the digital content side. So see, you got people getting fired without getting rewarded for the long hard work. See, and that's another problem in whack ass wrestling entertainment.
But this happens to everybody.
I know.
This ain't even from the production side. This is everybody, wrestlers included, managers, producers, everybody, even music people. What's his name? Jim Johnson. Like the names go on and on with these people. It's like WWE has them for a bit. They're hot for a minute, you know, then they kind of dwindle down, then they retire. And it's like WWE just throws them out. Like, you know, they're like a piece of trash and then bring in the next, you know, set of people. It kind of reminds me of sports and a little bit of music in a way. Like people may say, let's take it's something Paul Heyman said a long time ago. If something in regards to young talent. Like if he has a baseball player that hits 600 home runs, that even though that person is established, he's not going to be there forever. So I already know that he's not going to hit 600 home runs again. So let me go get this young hungry line and try to get him to hit 600 home runs. So it's kind of like in that layer. I don't know how to like really explain it. Like once you have somebody established for a while, like think of it like this. Something New Jack said. When you get a hoe that has so many mileages on her, you throw them hoes away and you get new hoes. That's the best philosophy that I can use as far as that goes.
And
that's the best philosophy.
You're right. That's a good philosophy saying. And you know what I reference that to? The Diva Skank search.
That is true.
You had a group of Diva Skank hoes for a while. They get older. They get kicked to the curb, and you have a new set. You sometimes bring back a few classics, but they don't stay long. Like I said,
they don't.
They brought back Mickie James, and
then even when they bring them back, they don't do nothing with them.
No,
Mickie James, Kurt Angle, like those are two people that come off the top of the head immediately, and this has happened to so many people, and it's pretty sad to look at.
And to get your stuff sent to you in a trash bag. Ooh,
yeah, a trash bag. And then cold. WWE trying to say, "Oh, we fired that person that did the trash bag thing," and then you had a lot of former WWE divas or women wrestlers, whatever they call them now, even say that they got the same treatment. Gail Kim is not silent on anything. That girl be. Gail Kim is one of my all-time favorite female wrestlers.
Me too. Yeah.
I
mean, she's attractive and she's attractive and she can wrestle. That's that's very rare and a very rare quality today. Because you got people we on the roster who are attractive but can't wrestle. and then Alexa Bliss. Anyway. And then you got Miss Eva Pollution coming back, which
God!
Which once again, I don't understand that because she damn sure can't wrestle, but she can pose. Like I said, she can pose, and like I said, Eva Vivid is always hiring.
Oh man, trust me. Eva Pollution, I'm done.
I'm just saying, but Gail Kim speaks out. Gail Kim would never be back. As far as we know
now.
Put
her in the Hall of Fame. I don't see it happening.
No, there's too much bad blood between her because she saw the BS. We're talking about like people like Christy Hemme couldn't wrestle, but they were pretty. And look, she got fired because she was getting too chummy with Stephanie's husband.
Yeah, but Christy Hemme is hot, but like she wasn't really wrestling though. She was more like on the announcing side. Like
she's also managing. Yeah, she's also a valet.
Yeah, she was kind of doing that type of stuff.
Just like Maria Kanellis, couldn't wrestle, but was kind of relief at the same time. So I remember years ago during the post-match era when they brought back Sable for a very brief stint, but she didn't last long. They also brought back Toy Wilson. Both of them.
I couldn't stand Sable. Yeah. I still kind of can't. But when she came back and she had that little thing with Tori Wilson, that was pretty entertaining for me. And plus, I was a teenager at the time, so
of course, yeah. See,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
you wanted to see some HLA, and Bischoff put it from HLA, some hot lesbian action.
I was just about to say that.
See, that only get you but so far because so people didn't care after a while. Yeah, we saw them.
I'm just glad though that they didn't try to have Sable win the women's or the Divas Championship. No, I think it was still the women's championship at the time.
Yeah, well, she won.
I'm glad they didn't have her win that, so I wasn't too upset.
Well, she had won it before already years ago. Remember, because she beat Luna Vachon, even though Luna Vachon had to carry the match, of course, because Luna Vachon was a wrestler. Of course, I acknowledge that.
Exactly.
Rest in peace, Luna Vachon. Peace and blessings.
Should have given more credit.
Yeah, I mean, saying she could wrestle, but Sable couldn't. Sable just had a pretty face, and everybody wanted to hit it, including Vince Russo. But anyway. One last topic. This is sort of a comic relief topic. We'll say Alexa Bliss didn't appear on Raw this past Monday. I mean, if you saw Raw, you saw when the little black dude when Shayna Benjamin lost again. You saw explosion of fire when he was walking through. That was supposed to be Alexa Bliss's magic, but Alexa Bliss didn't appear on Raw because her pet pig Larry passed away. Now here's the thing. Yeah, her pet pig passed away. Yeah, she was sad because she posted it on Instagram. Now here's the thing. Dogs and cats are animals equipped and I think are equipped and compatible with home life with human beings.
Yeah.
Some animals are not. Now, some wild animals you shouldn't have in the house at all. They're supposed to be in the wild or in their natural habitat, like snakes. You know what I mean? You got people who have snakes, and some people recently you saw the news in Boston, or Houston somewhere. Somebody had a tiger got loose around the neighborhood, but it was caught though. Yeah, somebody had a pet tiger. It was roaming around the suburb neighborhood. You know what I mean? But they caught it and sent it back to the zoo. Anyway, a pig was a farm animal. A pig should be in a pig pen in a farm where he's eating mud and live company amongst other pigs. You know what I mean? A pig to me is not a household pet or a household animal. That's all I'm saying about that. So they're saying because she actually posted on Gram because he was sick and in a lot of pain, and she was posting on Instagram if for people to send her a veterinarian that could help her. You know, how the hell are we supposed to send her a veterinarian and you got people living in different parts of the world? I'm supposed to call 911 for you. You know, I mean. You're a celebrity. You got money. You should know. You should know how to get a veterinarian yourself. You know, if you want to save your pig. But my point is, a pig is not a household pet. A pig does not belong in a household. You know. I'm just saying. You know, how he died. You know, maybe it was environment. And I say, and look at this. I saw a picture of the pig. He was big. He shouldn't have been in the household. He was on the couch right there. I'm like, what's up? You know, some animals are not pets. I'm sorry.
You know how those people
Your thoughts?
are, man.
Yeah, see, you know, exotic pets. Yeah, I know exotic pets. You know, like I said, I'm not making fun of her. I'm not being mean. You know, I'm just saying certain animals are not equipped for certain environments. A pig is not equipped for a household environment. A pig should be on a farm where you can be raised. I mean, eventually it might be killed though, because that's where bacon come from. Bacon, steaks, not bacon, but bacon, pork. Yeah,
you beat me to it because I was going
Go
to
ahead.
I was going to ask after the pig died, did she eat it?
No, I don't think so because he posted up a picture on it holding the pig's hoof and being sad. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on
Really?
now, okay. Yeah, really. Sorry, yeah, really, yeah. But
I'm surprised you ain't call her a pig face yet. I'm surprised.
I ain't gonna call her pig face. I just call her Alexa Piss as far as her character goes, because like I say, you know, when she's in the ring, it's a piss break. Maybe that's why she's reduced to Alexa Piss's playpen now.
Man.
So you know, and even that's becoming stupid. You know what I mean? Because her and that little doll, that's just ridiculous now.
You know what the thing is? I would not be surprised if WWE or she tries to suggest that they bring in a new doll and it be a pig. I'm just saying, I would not be surprised by that.
If they do that, then WWE has basically lost all hope of ever becoming a good show again. And if that's the case, hey, look, if that's the case, why don't you go ahead and just bring in Chucky? Just have a heel come in and bring in Chucky. You have Chucky kill Lily. Get it?
They might as
Chucky
well.
versus Lily. Yeah, Chucky versus Lily. Hey, that'll sell tickets. Think about it. Damn.
You out here giving WWE ideas.
Yeah, I just gave that idea too. But you know, not that they would do it. You know what I mean? Because see, what the thing is,
stop this. See,
here's the thing: for that to happen, Vince would have to pay to use, or he would have to pay to borrow the rights to the Chucky character because Chucky is owned by Universal, which is Florida. Yeah, so but
the way his soul is set up, I'm pretty sure he could get it. Yeah, even if he makes a ripoff of it.
Yeah, and remember, at one time we did have the Muppets on there.
No,
yeah. Why the hell he did that? I don't know. Because see, to me, the Muppets are a separate entity altogether. The Muppets should be the Muppets.
That's just to appeal to kids. That's all it is.
Well, they already appeal to kids, but see, to desecrate the Muppets, the image of the Muppets, by putting them on a wrestling show, that was just wrong. I mean, you had Kermit, you had Miss Piggy do a segment with the Divas. I'm like, good God Almighty, please, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, but imagine having to be a WWE superstar and have to cater to that stupidity.
Really? Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, Hermit, we're gonna go win the tag team championships.
Right? Yeah.
You know what? Let me not say that because WWE might fuck around and do that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, or have maybe Roman Reigns cut a promo with Gonzo. Think about it.
Not suffering succotash, please.
I know it.
Please, I still cannot get that terrible promo out my head. Just when he said that, I still can't get that out my head. I'm glad he's doing a lot better than he is back then, but yeah, suffering succotash, no.
Yeah, I remember that when he referenced Looney Tunes. Also, when he mentioned Jack and the Beanstalk too at the time. So you know that was really bad on him. But like I said, see, that was written for him. That was him. That was the so-called creative geniuses. The so-called creative genius that WWE is supposed to possess.
Stupid.
I didn't see no genius there. But be that as it may. So, well, it's all the topics I got. Anything else you want to talk about, or you want to wrap this up?
I want to say one
Okay,
thing,
go ahead.
and this is in regards to John Cena. So John Cena basically apologized to China
Oh, I saw
because he
that.
called Taiwan a country. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. Like you have to apologize for that. Like people like done worse things and haven't apologized for it. But because John Cena said Taiwan is a country, he has to apologize. I mean, this is beyond stupid to me. I'm sorry. Let's
Well,
beyond dumb.
I just think the Asian people take where they come from very seriously, and it might sound stupid. It might sound stupid to you or stupid to others, but as far as let's put it this way: being a minority ourselves, I respect other minorities. So if they were pissed, if he said it in a certain way, and I have the article up now too, right here. It says
Okay.
that he said it happened while speaking on TVBS during a promotional tour for Fast and Furious 9. This caused outrage among Chinese fans. Cena referred to Taiwan as the first country to watch the upcoming movie that is directed by Taiwanese American Justin Lin. Okay, so basically, it's kind of an insult to him. After it got nearly 3 million views on Weibo, Chinese media wanted an apology from the former WWE champion. And the
That
thing
makes
is,
no
you know what?
fucking sense.
They might have taken it. They might have taken what he said as racist in a way. And you know what? I agree with them. If it might have you gotta be careful what you say when it comes to Asian people. You know what I mean? They take the country and the culture very serious.
Well, they already rule over the United. I call it the United States of China because they pretty much
Yeah,
own everything now. They own the NBA. They own LeBron's ass. They own a whole bunch of things, and a lot of stuff that we have in China basically is made in China. So
of
I
course,
mean,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not surprised by this. I'm not, but I looked at it. I was like, what?
yeah. I
On
mean,
the
yeah.
line, I was like, what is this, man? What is
I
this?
get what you're saying. I'm just saying I look at it from their point of view too. See, it's like like I said, what, and I call this country basically the United Crackers of America. They don't respect other cultures. You need to respect people's culture. So you damn sure
But
don't
you know
respect.
what?
Yeah.
I give John Cena respect though because
Okay.
he was actually talking in their native language. I can respect him for that. For
Okay.
even though I'm not fully on board with the apology, I can give him respect for speaking in their language because like Americans typically they go to other countries and then try to tell that the people of that country, well, why can't you speak English? Well, why can't you speak Chinese? Why can't you speak Japanese? Why
Exactly.
can't
Right.
you
Yeah.
you speak the language that you are in, like the country that
Right.
you're in?
Yeah. And
Like, why you
if I
can't do
would go
that?
there, I wouldn't care about speaking English. I would learn their language and I would just speak it and leave it at that. I wouldn't say nothing to
Or at
insult
least
them.
try to, at least
Yeah,
try to get a
I wouldn't say
word or
nothing to insult
something.
them. I'm just thinking the people took it as an insult, and and like I said, I didn't see the interview. If I need to watch it, it's probably not up no more. He probably took it down because since he had to apologize. So I'm just saying the way he said it, the way it came across to them, might have been insulting. So to
So
me, oh, go ahead.
so a quick question. You think they took it as if John Cena basically threw their flag on the floor and stepped on it? Like how people in America they get all upset when you do
Yeah.
whatever with the flag. They get all up in their feelings. You think the people of China took it as if John Cena was basically stepping on their flag, like shitting on their flag because of his commentary?
I wouldn't say not just shitting on the flag. But I'm thinking he stepped on the flag, the country, the whole culture in a sense. So it's like
Okay.
they took it as a slap in the face. That's how they took it. So now as far as our flag over here, as we know, for us educated black men, that's not our flag, as you know. Because see, remember it's red, white, and blue. See, our flag
That's
is
true.
red, black, and green. Keyword black. So remember that, United Crackers of America. And like I said,
See,
so go
me
ahead.
personally, like even though the American flag, I say take it how you want it. I get more upset when I see people walking around with Confederate flags. Like the Confederate flag pisses me off more than any
Oh
other
yeah, the
flag.
good old
To be
boys,
honest.
the Duke boys. Remember the
To be
Dukes of Hazzard?
honest.
The Dukes of Hazzard. That's the flag you see on top of that car that we saw on that show years ago.
Yeah, but that I mean,
General Lee.
like I get the movie concept, but when you look at it as a whole, like
Yeah,
people still walking around with that on, talking about pride this and pride that. And correct me if I'm wrong. Don't they use pride when it comes to the gay stuff? I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
saying.
that movie, it wasn't just a movie. That movie was based on it was a TV show. It was a TV show years
Oh,
ago in the early 80s. Yeah. I don't know if you see, I was born in 71. I used to
I've
watch
heard
it.
about it.
It came on Friday nights after the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
It ran from 1970 something, 1980 something. I watched it like crazy too. Like I said, but see, I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I just
But
saw two guys in a fast car, and I used to do the yeah. I used to do the yeehaw. Like, I sounded just like him too. I was like, I know
at
I was
least you
a
can
kid.
admit it, though. At least you can
Yeah,
admit
I
it.
was a kid. I wasn't conscious then. I didn't think. I just
But
saw
see,
TV and I just went. I took it as it was.
but I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that because you just gave me a good idea, or you gave me put a thought in my mind. You think this is why WWE goes after kids because they're unaware of a lot of things. Same thing with political parties. They go after the kids like who's like in their teenage years or whatever because they're not really understanding what they're seeing. But when you're an adult, you see like your mind pretty much sees a
Yeah.
lot more than
You
what
question what you
child
see and
would
what you
see.
hear.
Yeah.
You question what you see and you do research and you research what you hear and you research your history and see.
But even sometimes you
Yeah.
can see your surroundings and still like pick up on things. Like I'm gonna use myself as an example. Like back then, as a teenager, I used to live in the Bronx. I used to always go. Me and my brother used to always go to this pizza place, and they had a little arcade where I would play Marvel versus Capcom all the time. Me and my brother would sneak in there and be playing the game. To us, we're thinking about the game. We're not paying attention to anything that's surrounding us. And my mother used to get mad at us, and she used to like literally like smack us from the place of the pizzeria all the way down to our house. And that's a pretty long ass block. Anybody that lives in the Bronx in New York City. And what she told us later on was the reason why she didn't want us in there is because the people in the pizzeria, not only were they like selling drugs and things like that, the people outside of it, they were doing a whole bunch of drug dealing. But me as a kid, I didn't see that. But she as an adult saw that type of stuff. And then kind of now that I'm an adult, where I live, certain places and certain areas, you see them selling drugs and you see them doing certain things. And then my son, he doesn't see it. So he's trying to say, hello to all those people. And I'm like, yo, like, get over here. Like, don't go over there. Like, I don't want you associated with that type of stuff. So to him, he just sees, people like every day just doing whatever they're doing. But me, I see it from a different perspective. So I think that's one of the reasons why, I got in trouble for going into the area because I wasn't aware of certain things. And I think that's the same thing that happens with politics and WWE. They try to go after the young minds because their minds aren't fully developed. Even though they may be a teenager, even though they may be a young adult at 18, your mind is still not developed. Like your mind is still in a childlike mentality. So I'm gonna just leave it at that because I think I'm getting a little too deep.
Oh, no problem, brother. Hey, speak your mind. Hey, you're right. You're right. You know what I mean? See, when you're young and you see and hear things, whether TV or whether it's your own neighborhood in real life or environment.
Exactly. That's what I'm
And
saying.
you get curious about a certain environment or certain people who hang out in a certain place. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you don't know nothing about that place, and then next thing you know, you go hang out there, you explore, and you get in trouble. So
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've gotten in trouble where I was hanging out with them
wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah.
I mean, I never got in trouble where it's like it was dire, but I've seen.
I've come close to it.
Yeah, I've come close to it in a little way. Like I remember years ago when I was little, I met a dude on the playground. We would play basketball, and then we went up to the playground. We met some other guys, and guys were doing drugs. He asked me, "You want to learn something new?" One time I was exposed to somebody doing drugs. I never saw him again or never went around him. So, like I said, I don't do drugs. Like I said, I never drank when I was a kid. I never smoked cigarettes. Now, my best friend growing up, his mother, I met a lady who had a son also, and every day after school, he would go to this kid's house, and that's how he started drinking because the mother wasn't home. They broke into the liquor cabinet. This is like when he was like 13 or 14. And eventually, by the time he was 18, he had a beer belly because he would have 6 packs of beer out in the woods,
Because he already had the habit of it. He already had the habit that was already there.
And he was always, him and his sister was already smoking cigarettes, but I still hung around him because he was cool with me. He was one of the few kids in the neighborhood that was cool with me, even though he was a white kid too. My best friend, imagine that. my best friend growing up was white, and I was in a black neighborhood. But see, he was nicest to me, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, that was then. That was the past. You know, he's moved away. He's moved on. He's gotten married. He's basically the whole family's gone now. You know, so I mean, I still have a few friends here and there outside. You know, my job. You know, I have one guy I talk to. You know, he's white. You know, but like I said, he's married too. But you know, so I talk to him through email every now and then. But you know, because what it is, before I discovered this, we used to go to Hooters to watch the wrestling. This is before the network came about. So you know,
that's true.
I went with him and we met a few other guys there. We used to go to the guy's house and order pizza and watch. You know what I mean? I miss those times. You know, so
I'm saying both, man. Both. I used to have that type of stuff, man.
Yeah, but like I said, you know, life has changed now. So you know, but anyway, I've been having fun doing this. You know, this is basically the first thing in life I found as a passion. You know, doing these YouTube videos. I got inspired by a channel I joined a long time ago, but I'm not gonna go into that. But anyway, anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, who got me into doing YouTube videos? I'm gonna keep shouting him out, and I'm gonna keep saying it. He's another brother. Shout outs to Jeffrey Show Live. Big fan of his. He's the reason that I started doing this stuff. Didn't realize at the time he was way younger than me. I didn't know that at the time, but became very cool with him. So shout outs to Jeffrey Show Live, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never done this YouTube. So I would have never had the courage to actually get on camera. Because when I first tried to do videos, man, oh my God, I was so nervous. Like I'd be stuttering and everything. But now I think I'm a little better at this. So shout out to Jeffrey Show Live. I wish he would make a video though and stop playing on his life.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I would shout out the guy who inspired me. He was a black man, but due to circumstances that you know, I found out basically due to circumstances and me finding out the hard way of what this online world was like. I'm not going to, because me and him ended up with some bad blood, and it still kind of hurts. It still kind of stings today. So you know, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he was. Like I said, I joined his channel. I didn't have a problem getting on camera because, like I said, I had a camcorder. I bought years ago. I use it maybe like for a few things, but I never really used it. So when I started joining the Hangouts, I started my own channel and I started using it. So I would, like I said, you see my channel. All my videos are shot in my car. That's my camcorder.
Okay.
So, but the guy, thing is, I came on here to talk wrestling. It was fun. When I joined this guy's channel, I found out about trolling, all kinds of deception, all kinds of just things he did were very shady and crooked, and I didn't understand why he would do that. But he did what he did. One thing like the other, you know. Fast forward now, I'm on my own. You know, like I said, I'm not going to say anything bad about the guy. You know, that's why I'm not going to say his name. Like I said, it's a shame that there was a brother that did this.
I'll say it. I had a falling out with a YouTuber that I used to watch religiously.
Okay.
My wife can vouch for this one, and that was the RCWR show. Everything was cool.
My God.
Then we had a falling out, and I mean,
you mean Lee Sanders?
Yeah.
I saw his channel one time. I became a fan, but then I left because there was another YouTuber I used to do videos for. I used to do a series called Black Wrestlers Matter. Okay. And the thing is, when I did my Brad video, which I sent you, me and him had fallen out because he didn't like what I said about him. You know, so that's why all the heat came from other so-called YouTubers. You know, the white guys who I thought were friends, but they really weren't because of the shit that the shit that they did too.
But
go ahead.
It's kind of sad how one event like changes everything. It's kind of sad, like people having fallen outs over something like to me it might be small and to them it might be big, but it's just kind of sad that we can't have a agree to disagree type moments and just kind of move on. Like, true. I don't like the fact that, you know, you may disagree with somebody on one thing, and then all of a sudden you got all of this like bad blood and things like that happen. Like, I don't have bad blood with anybody. Like, that's one of the reasons I try not to beef with people online, because to me, it's just wasted energy. You're going to probably get one response out of me, and that's really it. I'm just going to say what I felt on my mind, and I'm going to just leave it at that. Like, I'm never the type to go back and forth. And I already made a video on that. Like, at some point, whenever you beef with people, at some point, you're going to get doxxed. Like, they're going to be like, oh, his real name is this, this, and that. And though I've said my real name on, you know, online, I've said my real name. So, I mean, it ain't like you can't look me up. And even on Facebook, I have my Facebook and stuff on my page. So I mean, if somebody wants to dox me, they could just look at my Facebook and see my name and stuff right there. So I just think it's sad that people get into these bad blood year-long feuds. Like I've seen people feuding for years on the internet, and I just don't understand why. Like, how the fuck can you have that much energy? Excuse my language, but how can you have that much energy to feud with a person online? I just can't do it. I ain't got it in me. Even if I didn't have children and a wife, I still can't do it. It's just
I
not
hear
in
what
me.
you're saying. Now, on my side of things, that's exactly what I did with this guy. I feuded with like 2.5, 3 years. He did one video on me. I did one explosive video on him. I basically just blasted him, and he left me alone after that. So, and I felt good. It was a channel I had, but it's gone now. Like I said, because ever since then, that was like 3.5 or 4 years ago. But yeah, but I beef with a lot of people on here. But I'm learning now not to. I'm learning to ignore them. And like I said, the beef started. Like I said, when I did my video on Brad Rules. That's his name. That's the guy's name. He's got a high sub count. He's the one that who I responded to on about the Jordan Miles issue. So like I said, I don't want to mention his name, but yeah, me and Brother Melendez in the chat here know a lot about beef. And like I said, I've been doxxed. Look at this.
I keep forgetting the chat. Why do I keep forgetting shit every time, yo? Every time I always forget the chat. I am so, oh my God, there's a lot of people writing.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I think one was a troll. Some guy named Chase25 who's in the chat. There's a guy named Chase on here too, who we know. We used to be friends, but I had to drop him because I didn't trust the guy. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But the thing is, I beefed with these people for years, and he came with my other friends after I made this video on Brad. So, but like I said, I got thick skin. I learned to fire back. I fire back with one, and I just been keeping on ever since. And I'm pretty sure if some of them see this, I'm pretty sure they'll respond. I don't know. Like I say, it is what it is. Like I said, I didn't come on there for that. I didn't come on here for trolling. Like I said,
that's what I'm saying, man.
The first guy who he did the trolling. He had a sock account in a Facebook chat. That's how he trolled us, and I didn't even know he did that. I don't understand why he would do that. So that's why, like I said, but see, I learned to play the game. I learned to play dirty. I learned to play the game because I love it so much,
I'm just trying to make friends, honestly. I ain't got time to be trying to make a bunch of enemies.
You can't make friends. That's what I thought. I mean, you can make friends, but only with a select circle. That's why I'm friends with you, Melendez, or this guy Omega Magic, or who you would like. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep my circle small and my circle black. I'm gonna say on here. So, before I forget, a shout out to our brother in arms, Kid Stacy, and like I said, I hope everything is fine. We ain't gonna forget about you, and then hopefully someday he'll be back with us.
Definitely.
Sometime. Well, if there's anything else, I'm gonna go and wrap this up. Any final thoughts?
I don't know. Stay safe, have fun, enjoy yourself, live life.
Oh yeah.
Don't do anything stupid, and that's pretty much it.
And my final thought, wrestling fans, I know you're a wrestling fan, but if you don't want to get sick, don't pay a ticket. Just to sign a waiver, and then you get sick, and then you can't sue. Just stay home. Just tell them just stay home. Like I said, so
pretty much.
Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay distant. I'm gonna say right here, all power to the people. Hashtag for the culture. Peace and blessings. And until next time, peace and love, and we out.
Later, y'all.